So are you tired of putting content out there and just crickets? Like you're shouting into the void? Well, you are absolutely in the right place. Today, we're going to break down brand strategist Caleb Ralston's amazing framework for building a brand that people don't just notice, they become obsessed with.
Okay, let's start with the big, glaring problem. Caleb Ralston just nails it with this quote. I mean, with AI and all these templates, so much of the content online is starting to feel bland. It's robotic, totally forgettable. You know what I'm talking about. It's like everyone's using the same script. So the big question is, how do you break out of that? How do you find your actual human voice again?
So right now, you're standing at a fork in the road, and there are really only two paths you can take. On one side, you've got the forgettable brand. This is the path of just, throwing stuff at the wall, chasing whatever's viral this week, and really just hoping anything sticks. Then there's the other path, the intentional brand. This is where every single thing you do is designed to build trust and guide your audience. Our entire mission today is to get you squarely on that second path.
Okay, Section 1. This is all about defining your brand's destination. The first step to being intentional is, to stop being random. You need a map. You need to know exactly where you're headed.
And it all kicks off with this, let's call it a brutally honest question. You have to ask yourself this. It's kind of like what the Cheshire Cat told Alice in Wonderland, right? If you don't know where you're going, any road will get you there. And that is the problem for so many people. They're building something with no clear destination. Your why isn't some fluffy mission statement. No, it's your North Star. It's the thing you look at to know if all this work is actually moving you in the right direction.
So how do you find that North Star? This is where the brand journey framework comes in, and it's brilliant. You basically reverse engineer your entire brand. You start at the end with your big outcome. What do you ultimately want to achieve? Then you work backward. Okay, to get that outcome, what do I need to be known for? And to be known for that, what do I have to actually do? And to be able to do those things, what do I need to learn, like right now, today? See how that works? It becomes this super simple but powerful filter for everything you do.
All right, Section 2. So, you've got your destination. Awesome. Now, how do you actually stand out in a sea of noise? Here's a hint. It's not about trying to come up with something brand new every single day. It's about finding, and more importantly, owning your unique point of view.
I love this analogy. Seriously, think about it. If you pay good money to see Bon Jovi, you're not going for some experimental jazz flute solo. You want them to play Living on a Prayer. Your audience is exactly the same. They aren't following you for something totally new every single time. They want your greatest hits. So your job isn't to reinvent the wheel. Your job is to find your core message, your Living on a Prayer, and then figure out 1,000 different interesting ways to play that song.
And that greatest hit is what we call your contrarian belief. This is your secret weapon. It's a core belief you have that just flat out disagrees with some common wisdom in your industry. Now, this isn't about being argumentative just to be different. No. This is about a genuine conviction you have that really sets you apart from the crowd.
And trust me, the biggest brands are built on this stuff. Think about it. When everyone in marketing was obsessed with billboards and TV ads, Gary Vaynerchuk was screaming from the rooftops that social media was the future. Or look at Rihanna's Savage Fenty. The entire lingerie industry was built on one very specific, very narrow body type. Rihanna came in and said, nope, we're celebrating everybody. And she built a billion-dollar empire on that belief. See, their contrarian beliefs weren't just opinions, they became their biggest competitive advantage.
Okay, so you're probably thinking, how do I find mine? Well, it can actually start with a really simple, even kind of negative question. What do you absolutely hate about your industry? What are the so-called best practices or rules that just make you roll your eyes? That frustration, that thing that bugs you, that's gold. That's usually where your most powerful, unique perspective is hiding.
And here's a super practical exercise you can do, like right now. Just grab a piece of paper and make 2 columns. On the left, just list out all those industry rules that you can't stand. Just brain dump them. Then on the right, write down your alternative. What's the opposite? What's the better way? That right-hand column, that's the beginning of your core message. That's your content goldmine.
Which brings us to our third and final section. And honestly, this might be the most important contrarian belief of them all. It completely flips the script on what we're all trying to do online.
Look, our entire industry is completely obsessed with virality. It's all about getting the most views, the most likes, but here's the truth. Virality is a vanity metric. It's a sugar rush. It gives you a quick spike of attention, but it's unstable, and it does not build a real business. The real goal, the sustainable goal, is trust.
Trust is the actual currency of the internet. It's what comes before any transaction, before any loyalty. It's the bedrock that lets you build something that lasts.
And what this means is that we have to make a fundamental shift in our thinking. We have to stop trying to create content that makes us look good or sound smart. Who cares? Instead, we need to pour every single ounce of our energy into one thing, actually solving the most painful problems our audience has. That's it. That is how you build value. That is how you earn trust.
And really, that's the big takeaway from this whole thing. An intentional brand, a brand that people actually obsess over, isn't built by some one-in-a-million viral hit. It's built brick by brick, one solved problem at a time. So I'll leave you with this question, and it's a really simple one to guide everything you do from here on out. What painful problem are you going to solve for your audience today?